All right. How many of you guys think that Donald Trump, if and when, or when he wins the presidency in November, how many of you guys think that he will stay longer than 4 years? Well, according to the Daily Mail, more than half of Americans believe that Donald Trump, if he wins in November, most Americans say he'll extend his term beyond the January 2029 limit. This was according to a poll. What do you guys think? If you were to ask me, I would say probably not. I would say that Donald Trump will stay his 4 years and then he will leave peacefully. And I would also say if we are at risk for someone staying in the White House longer than 4 years, it would probably be a Democrat. And the reason why I say that is because when you look at the ones that are really using the justice system to their advantage, using the justice system to try to expand their power, go after their political opponents, it is the Democrats, I believe, that do this a lot more than Republicans. But Donald Trump, I believe, would stay only his 4 years. But this article reads, Donald Trump often jokes about being president for longer than term limits allow. Americans appear to take him at his word, a new Daily Mail poll shows. Fully 55% say Trump will stay in power beyond the 4-year stint if he wins November's presidential vote. Okay. About a third say Trump won't do that, and 10% say they're not sure what he would do come January 2029. The nationwide survey of more than 1,000 voters comes as Trump and Democrat President Joe Biden are in a tight race in the 2024 contest. And here is the poll right here. Here is the graphic that shows. There's a pie chart right here. It shows in the red, 55% say that they agree that Trump will stay in office longer than 4 years. 35% say no, and 10% say they're not sure. And then it's broken up by demographic. It's got age, sex, and ethnicity. So it looks like we got 18 to 24 of the younger voters. It looks like that is the highest amount of individuals who say that Trump will stay in office longer than the 4 years. 25 through 44, 61%. 45 through 64, 51%. And then 65 plus. So this is when it's broken down by age. This is the age range that believes that Trump, the lowest percentage that believe that Trump is going to stay in office longer than 4 years. And then male and female, of course, females, 58% of them believe he will. And then when you break it down by the ethnicity, white or black and Hispanic, you got 67% of black and Hispanic Americans saying that Trump will. And then 50% of white people say he will. And then Democrat and Republican, of course, no surprise there. The Democrats, 77% of them say he will. 31% of Republicans say no. But Biden is edging, according to this article, Biden is edging past Trump in the popular vote, this poll shows. But the Republican leads in swing states that determine who gets the keys to the White House. But the survey comes days before the start of Trump's New York trial for falsifying business records to cover up payments to adult film actress Stormy Daniels, a wild card that could steer the vote. And I believe this is why they're pushing so hard on this trial, because they want to squeak one more trial in there. Get one more bad thing about Trump out on the headlines before the November election. And if I were a betting man, I would bet thousands of dollars that Trump will be convicted in this trial. I guarantee you're going to see headlines where Trump has been convicted of, this campaign finance violation, whatever it was. And it doesn't matter that they have a convicted perjurer who is their star witness, Michael Cohen. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that Stormy Daniels signed this paper saying that she never had an affair with Donald Trump. But that's kind of beside the point, because that's not really what it was about. Hush money payments aren't necessarily illegal. But the way they are alleging he paid out these hush money payments, I guess from his campaign funds, I guess that is illegal. But I will guarantee you, I seldomly do this, but when it comes to these trials against Trump in New York, you can almost always guarantee a conviction. But it shows that most Americans say a Trump victory in November could see a longer stay in the Oval Office than the U.S. Constitution permits. The 22nd Amendment, which came into force in 1951, caps presidents at 2 terms in office. Trump, who has already served from 2017 through 2021, is limited to a potential second term of 2025 through 2029. Whether or not he's serious about it, the billionaire has openly questioned term limits. And they bring up a bunch of instances where in good faith, I would assume Donald Trump is joking about this, but I guess you can never know someone's true intentions, right? But speaking at his South Florida residence with Republican donors in 2018, he praised Chinese President Xi Jinping, who had recently consolidated power. He said, quote, "He's now president for life," to applause and laughter. "I think it's great. Maybe someday, maybe we'll give that a shot someday." That's a quote by Trump. The next month, Trump appeared to refer to the 4 election wins of Franklin D. Roosevelt, who served from 1933 through 1945. Roosevelt served before the 22nd Amendment came into effect. He died soon after the start of his 4th term. Speaking at a rally, Trump referred to an administration of, in one case, 16 years. And this is what he said. "Should we go back to 16 years? Should we do that? Congressman, can we do that?" Once again, I mean, sounds like a joke. But Trump has suggested he'd be willing to serve beyond the term limit if he had public support. "Do you think that the people would demand that I stay longer?" he tweeted in 2019. Now, a lot of times, I think what Trump is doing here is he's baiting the Democrats. Because once again, if I were to see someone actually doing this, it would be the Democrats. And what happens? What have we seen these past few years? It's almost like clockwork. Every time a Democrat accuses a Republican or a conservative or Trump of doing something, it's actually they themselves that are doing that very thing. But another time, when answering claims about his despotic tendencies, Trump vowed he's not looking to exceed his term limits. "Unless you want me to do it, that's okay," he added. Aside from these quips, well, they call it quips here. Okay, I agree with that. It's a little quippy. Trump famously sought to, at the very least, bend the rules on staying in power. And okay, here it is. He's been indicted on felony charges for working to overturn the results of the 2020 election in the run-up to the violent riot by his supporters at the U.S. Capitol on January 6th of 2021. Trump repeatedly told supporters that he had won the election despite knowing that was false. Okay, how many of you guys think that Donald Trump actually believes that he lost the election? I believe 100% that Donald Trump feels like he won the election. And you know what? I feel a certain way too. I mean, there was a lot of sketchy stuff that happened with that election. So, I think he has maybe, some reason to believe that or to think that, okay? YouTube, don't ban me, okay? I'm just saying. And pressured officials and his deputy Mike Pence to overturn legitimate results, prosecutors allege. Voters seem to believe Trump could try something similar in 2029 if he wins in November. That's true for more than half of voters of all age groups across all parts of the country. Women, of course, are more likely to say it, and we already read or looked at that graph right here where it shows the breakdown of women and men, age range, and whatnot. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that Donald Trump is going to stay in office, or attempt to, at the very least, stay in office longer than 4 years? I don't think it's likely, but, I guess you never know. But what do you guys think about this? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Like and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. But until then, I will see you on the next one.